Hi, Mariah. How
Hi.
are you this week?
I'm doing okay.
You doing okay? So tell me, what happened this past week with you?
Well, I've been feeling a bit lonely lately. I think I've told you before, but I recently came down here to a new school, college. Just it didn't feel right up north where I'm from, and so I came down here and transferred. And I thought it would be good for me, just going to a school on the beach and all of that. But I've been really struggling with finding some friends and just been feeling really lonely.
Okay, so you say you're struggling finding friends. Is that because you feel that you're like kind of quiet, shy in order to make the friends?
Yeah, I've always been on the shyer side. And I think it's been hard because I always grew up with friends, and so it was easy because we knew each other from when we were young, and so coming down to a new place, I don't know anyone, and so I don't know really how to do that. It's scary to me.
It's scary, and it could be scary sometimes.
Yeah.
Making new friends and scoping a whole new environment because it's a whole totally different environment that you come into. But just think about, you said that you have friends back where you come from,
Yeah.
and then you grew up with them. But how did you become friends? It's not like you say, okay, we're friends.
Yeah.
There
It
was
takes
a
time.
process to become friends. So explain to me, how did you become friends? How did you find friends? How did you find people that related to you?
Yeah. Well, I don't really remember since we were so young and everything, but I think it was because our parents were all in the same kind of church group. So we kind of grew up together and everything was good. I didn't have that many friends at my high school, and so my church friends were really what was like really saved me and really what I clung to. So yeah, I don't really know how to find that down here, I guess.
Okay. So you said that you had said that you came here because you wanted something different. What was, if I may ask, what was different at your place where you came from that made you say, okay, wait a minute, I need something different than what the ordinary is?
I think after high school, everyone just kind of moved away, and so I think when my family moved away, that was kind of just my final straw of like, all right, I don't really have anyone here anymore, so why not come down to a place where I know like it's beautiful and there's a lot more opportunities, and it's a great Christian school from what I've heard, and so yeah, it was more of just kind of like, okay, well, everyone else is moving on, so I guess I should.
Okay, do you think there's things that you could do, like to make friends? Like if you go inside class, one of your class, and see that somebody is, you scope people out and try to figure out, okay, hey, this is the person I maybe want to be friends with. Do you find yourself doing that, or trying to see if I could, fit into the group?
Yeah, I think I've always struggled with that of being the first one to go up to someone and just be like, hey, talking a little bit about myself and small talk. I think I don't know, I feel like I'm an awkward person, and so it's hard to keep the conversation going and stuff. So yeah, it stops me a lot because I feel like I can't do that, I guess. I don't really know how.
Okay. It's interesting how you said that you feel that you're an awkward person.
Yeah.
Why do you feel that you're awkward? What makes you like different that you think that about yourself?
I guess again, I can't really like keep a conversation going. I just never really know how to, spark an interest in someone, I guess, and I don't know, just being so shy and everything. I've always just kind of grown up, again, like, I didn't really have that many friends in high school. It was more my church friends and stuff, and so just being alone a lot and stuff, that's kind of how that came about, of me feeling that way.
you have been carrying a conversation with me just beautifully, and you have been able to express yourself, and that's something that at least you should know about yourself, that even though you might think that that's not something that you're capable of, but you are, because right here we're sitting down, you're having a normal conversation, you're speaking of, from your heart, what you're feeling, so, give yourself more credit than you're giving yourself.
Yeah.
So tell me, is there any things that could spark that you think that you could work at to make, be able to make conversation with people, or have your classmate come up to you and say, "Hi, Mariah, how you doing?"
I guess kind of probably smiling more. I feel like kind of giving off maybe a more of a warm vibe or something, because I feel like I just kind of keep to myself and I don't really look at people. I'm very bad at eye contact, and so I just kind of keep to myself and stay in my own little area and stuff. And so yeah, I guess kind of just like loosening up and being more warm. I could do that, yeah.
You could try that and see if it works.
Yeah.
See how people's gonna respond to your warmth, to your smile. Because sometimes you may feel that you're not capable of bringing out a conversation or a smile to a person, but you have a beautiful smile. And you're able to carry out a conversation because you're proving that with me. But I'm curious. You said that you've been like this all your life, since a kid. Do you have brothers and sisters?
I have a brother.
Yeah. Are you close with him?
Yeah, we're fairly close. He's older, and so he was kind of like when I got to high school, he went off to college and everything. So
yeah. So okay.
Yeah.
And how about your relationship with your parents? How was that?
Pretty good. I think we've actually kind of grown a little closer since I've come down here, which is interesting since we don't, see each other face to face. But I think I feel like I was kind of like your typical teenager, no one understands me and all of that, and so I feel like they kind of just sort of like, okay, like maybe we should give her some distance. But they, all in all, they're good parents and very loving and caring. I think it was just more of school, and like kids weren't always kind and everything that just kind of made me, I guess, shy and kind of put me down a little bit.
Okay. That's very interesting. So could you say that you were bullied during your school years?
I guess you could call it that. I was never physically bullied or anything like that, but kids kind of picked on me because I was really shy and I had glasses and braces and did band and all of that, and so I definitely wasn't popular by any means. And so yeah, I think kids were mean when I was little, yeah.
And how about through your high school years?
Yeah, I never really connected well with a lot of girls. Girls were pretty mean and would just like spread rumors and all of that. And so I, coming from a Christian background, I felt like my views were a lot different, and I just couldn't connect with them in the same way. And so yeah, I wasn't necessarily bullied, but people weren't kind, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, this type of world, there's a lot of people that are not nice.
Yeah.
And they have problems. So you come to a Christian school now, so besides not being able to get close to people or, opening up, how do you feel in your schoolwork and with your professor? How's that coming along?
Pretty good. I think going back to being shy and everything, it's hard for me to be assertive with asking questions or answering in class or something like that. Because I'm always scared of, oh, like what are they gonna think of me if I say the wrong thing or something. So I pretty much keep to myself all around, I guess.
Let's try something. This is interesting because that's something that I went through as well, trying to speak out in class and not being, sure of myself that I wouldn't answer the correct answers or ask the correct questions. Until one day I decided, wait a minute, I'm never gonna find out if I'm able to ask the correct questions or answer the correct answers if I don't go ahead and do it. So why don't we try some kind of exercise? Next time you're in class and they ask a question, find within yourself to say, okay, wait a minute, I'm gonna try to answer, I'm gonna try to ask the question to see, maybe you could break ice doing that. And once you see yourself that you're able to respond and ask questions, because remember, we don't all know everything.
Yeah.
So everybody in that class is probably feeling the same way you are, okay? And as long as you go and say, okay, let me go ahead and do the first step, let's see how that works. You might surprise yourself. You might be like a brilliant person with brilliant ideas and brilliant questions, and you're not giving yourself a chance to do that.
Yeah, I guess what I'm always worried about is like the opposite of that. What if, I do answer wrong, and, what if, my professor thinks I'm stupid or something along those lines. Like, I don't know, I just always worry that, people are gonna look at me like, oh, like, she's not smart, why is she here, or something like that, I guess.
But see, you will know until you try. And it's not the professor's job to say, hey, this person is stupid or not bright. It's the professor's job is to try to help you and guide you in the correct direction to say, okay, she needs help in this, let me help her, let me guide her, let me tell her these are tools that we need, to use. But you will never know if you don't try.
Yeah.
So it's, it doesn't hurt if you try. And I'm telling you with, my personal experience, because I've been through that and I've gone through that, and I had a hard time dealing with people at classes and, oh, am I going to answer the correct answer? And even worse, because I went to school even later on, so I was like, the younger people are going to be smarter than me. So, but I took a chance and I went ahead and did it, and I'm here today. So if I could do it, you could do it.
Yeah.
And, at least try something different, and then maybe next week when we meet again, you could tell me, hey, I tried it, and, I'm not going to tell you it's going to be easy. The first time it's very hard and very scary, but you could do it. You could try it. Do it with fear. Do it scared. Like, my mama always used to tell me, you won't know until you try, and if you're scared, just do it being scared. Be afraid, just do it being afraid. Doesn't hurt.
Yeah. Guess I could try this week. Maybe with one professor.
You could do that, because you have a lot of potential in you. And you got that beautiful smile. And you're not giving it, you're not sharing your beautiful smile with other people. So let's try that. And let's see. Next week we'll talk again and see how it comes out.
Sounds good.